The 980th edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code MMA SGPN.
Howdy ho, DeGenerinos. Welcome to episode 980 of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, dedicated to our boy, the MMA Upside, for defending our honor in the YouTube comments. People, we can't help it. We got PFL'd, okay? PFL'd us after we recorded last episode, all right? They changed their main event.
Hatred of their alternate fight, and it turned out one of those alternates promoted to the real deal.
It really is.
See,
we were ahead of technically we were ahead of things, because we were saying one of these people may get a title shot. So there you go. But yeah, these things are going to happen in MMA, especially when you're dealing with PFL. So sorry about that. And as the MMA Upside said, chill out. I'm Jeff.
I didn't see any of that, but I love MMA
Upside. Nothing bad. Just people complain, hey, half the video's old now. Well, it wasn't old when we recorded it. PFL pulled a PFL on us. That's the thing of Gumby of Vreeland. I am Jeff Bandana Fox. And of course, this is the episode you've all been waiting for. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua.
No, get out of here.
Full fight card and the full fight. No, we're not.
No, not at all. Not interested.
All right, CFFC is what we're actually breaking down. Maybe before that, I see odds have dropped for the aforementioned PFL, and I don't think
pretty brutal,
right?
Pretty wide,
brutal.
pretty wide.
Anything changes from what you said last episode?
Not really. I mean, like maybe I'm taking more parlays. Maybe I'm trying to get some action on the undercard instead. Yeah, just like doesn't look great. I'll just say that.
Yeah. Okay. Did you see we got odds for CFFC? Did you see that?
Oh, I did not.
Oh, good.
We're gonna do it live.
They're gonna do it live. They just dropped as I check now, so that's perfect. We can do the old guessing game as long as I remember not to tell you.
Great timing.
Yeah. All right. Let's. Anything else you want to chat about? You want to dive into things? Have you done your?
I did my spreadsheeting. Yeah, I did my spreadsheeting. This past week, as I said, was really chalky. I think in the 4 cards we covered, or 3 cards, and we did the full card for PFL. So 4 shows we did last week. I only hit 1 underdog, which dragged the numbers down a little bit. But we are currently hitting at 50.2 units on the year. So just over 50,
nice.
Which comes out to what did I see? Oh, it was roughly 7% return on investment for your bets on the year.
Nice.
So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Now, so these last few episodes of the year are very important because you want to stay above 50.
If I want to stay above 50, yeah. And I mean, like,
and you do.
I think my original goal was to beat last year, which was, I went back and looked, 44. So okay. I think I'd have to stink up the joint pretty hard to end behind there. And it's, I mean, we do
it's
have...
possible is what you're saying, right? As they said in Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying it's possible?
I mean, we just did 2 shows already this week. We got 2 more coming. That's 20 picks. And then I think we got another 20 coming next week. So, I mean, if I missed all of those, I could come in at 10 units.
in the words of Gumby, there's still time, right?
There's still time.
But Gumby will not screw up. Don't worry. Gumby's got this locked up. But that's how you don't get up 50 units by, dropping the ball very often. So no worries there. We've got 9 title fights over the next 2 episodes we're gonna be breaking down. So a lot of promotions are really going out with a bang, which is nice to see, especially with the UFC going out with a whimper. It's nice to see. The other promotions are wise. You really should book a lot end of the year when the UFC takes their month break that they've been taking the past since we've been recording, I guess, right?
They for a little while tried the New Year's show, because I remember there was a really bad Holly Holm fight one time on, I think, New Year's Eve. For some reason I vividly remember Holly Holm being in the main event and being like, there's so many things I would rather do on New Year's Eve than that. But yeah, so like since whatever that was, I feel like they finally just decided like they should have an off season and it should be only a month and a half long.
Ryzen has New Year's Eve locked up anyhow. In the long-standing tradition of Japanese.
Well, and I think I was doing a pretty damn good job with it too.
They have a New Year's Eve one too.
I mean, not New Year's Eve, but it's like always on like the 28th or 29th. I think
cool.
they just put it on whatever that Saturday is, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, that's coming up next week. So we got Octagon, we got Ryzen, we got fun stuff still coming down the.
And we got I think we got a Brave that week too.
Right. Yep. We enjoy Brave as well. Brave. They enjoy sending me emails. Their PR guy is very good at his job. I'm constantly getting Brave updates. So I'm always on top of Brave. All right, let's get into CFFC, a nice regional promotion in the United States of America. After a reminder, you can get access to all of our free picks and podcasts in one convenient place, the SGPN app. Download it for free in the App Store. Just type in SGPN. And who doesn't like something free, right? CFFC 149, Cafaro versus Patton. Do I really need to ask you if this is a good fight card? It has 4 title fights on the top of it.
I'm pretty excited about it in terms of CFFC. I mean, like they kind of sometimes have like a title fight or two that you kind of like scratch your head at, and you're like, oh, were they just trying to hype this guy up? Not for anything. Like Anthony Guarasio became their champ when he won his 3rd fight. And granted, he went on to be on Contender Series, and then he lost.
And that's heavyweight too. So
yeah, and it's heavyweight, but it really did feel like they were trying to hype up Bailey Schoenfelder, and it didn't work out for them. But like sometimes that's kind of what they run into. But it doesn't feel really like maybe one of these title fights seems like a hype fight for one of these fighters.
Yeah. So 4 title fights plus 2 amateur title fights for you AMI freaks like Gumby. If you want to go see it, it's going down this Saturday, 9 p.m. start time, CFFC 149 Cafaro versus Patton, as I said. Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City. A little bit of a trek for Gumby. So I have a feeling you're staying home for this one, right?
I'm gonna stay home. But I will be watching.
Yes. UFC Fight Pass for now, right? Hopefully that they don't lose too much or the rumors aren't true about Fight Pass going the way of the dinosaurs. All right, let's kick things off. As I said, big fight card. We're starting with main card fight 185. This one is the only fight we're going into in full that is not for a title. Derek Benoit from the United States, Nick Galanti from the United States as well, 185, as I said. That would be middleweight. And I have odds. Gumby doesn't. Galanti, 5-1, 1 knockout, 3 submissions. He has never been finished in a fight. All of his fights have taken place in CFFC. He's won 3 straight, all via finish. Has fought before at a 200-pound weight limit. 1-0-1 in pro grappling. 2 years younger than Benoit. Minus nothing, Gumby. Minus.
I knew it was.
It could be minus.
You didn't spoil
could be plus. You knew he was a favorite. Okay, good.
I knew he was a favorite for sure. So you didn't actually spoil that one because there's no way he's the dog. So,
and I'm not always going to read the favorite or the dog in. I'm just going to read it however I have it lined up in my spreadsheet before knowing.
That's fine. That's fine.
All right, Barracuda Benoit. Well, there's not a heck of a lot of Barracudas. It's a quality nickname that people should look into it, especially if your name starts with a B. Barracuda Benoit, 6-2, 4 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's never been stopped. I think I didn't type that in, but I think that's the case. This is his debut in CFFC. He's won 3 straight, just like Galanti. Regional champion, 0-1 in LFA. He's fought at 205 in heavyweight. 0-1 is pro boxer, an inch taller than Galanti. Maybe plus, maybe minus. All right.
It's definitely plus.
All right.
Can I say Galanti negative 275? What would you tell me if I
double it? Exactly double it, actually.
Oh, 550?
550. Yes, you did your math. Yeah.
That's brutal.
Only one book as of now. Yeah, only one book reporting as of now.
That's okay.
Probably expect, but yeah.
That's okay. I mean, I guess I could have kind of seen this coming. My pick is still Galanti. Even with the inflated odds, you're not going to get me to sway over to the other side. And the reason is really simple. Like, first of all, he does have his flaws. When there's a good striker who's rushing at him, he looks a touch uncomfortable. He also doesn't look like he really wants to let go of his hands all that often unless he gets his opponent to cover up. Sometimes when he gets his opponent to cover up, he looks like he's just been built for this moment. But outside of that, he looks a little shy on the feet. When it comes to the wrestling, completely different. Nice double leg, very, very powerful in terms of his takedowns. Was it Ty Gorder he fought? I think it was Ty Gorder he fought, where he got in on the double leg and just picked him up and carried him across the cage and put him where he wanted to. And Gorder's kind of a journeyman, but that's still an impressive feat because it's a journeyman I've heard of. So very strong, good wrestler. And just like maybe needs to round out the hands or even just trust the hands. Because actually, when he throws hooks and bombs, like they look good. It just like sometimes he doesn't look like he's happy with what he's throwing. And on the other side, Benoit, like, look, I tried to pull up some fights from him, and every single one of them, the guy he was fighting was in way worse shape than I am. And I just kept being like,
you're not in bad shape though.
I mean,
not professional athlete shape,
I
guess,
should
right?
be in worse shape than a professional middleweight
Yes.
fighter. And there were multiple times where I was like, if that guy just went for some runs, he can make featherweight. Like, it's just, just some like pudgy dudes and like no shame to them, but like Benoit's level of competition is just so low. And then, when you watch him throw punches, it really feels like he's not using any of his base to throw his punches. Like, there's no like turn with his hips. It really doesn't feel like his body is coming with his arms. It feels like his body and his arms are acting separately, which is there's two problems there. Number one, that means he's probably, his feet are planted and not in a way that is generating power, which, I mean, there's two problems there. Number one, he's not generating power. And number two, it's going to make it really easy for him to get taken down. So I think Galanti takes him down really easily. 550 really wasn't the number I was looking for, but let me tell you something. Roll him into a parlay. I think he's probably going to hit that takedown early and get a grounded pound finish.
All right. Lock it in. Nothing but title fights the rest of the way. We got the CFFC middleweight championship up next. Chris Brown, not the singer, versus Guram Gochashvili. You know where he's from.
Gochashvili.
Gochashvili. He is from Georgia because Georgia is taking over this thing. 5-minute rounds, 185. Tell you about the challenger, Gochashvili, 4-0, 2 knockouts, 1 submission, 1-0 in CFFC, 2 straight wins via TKO. Used fight at 205, 10 years younger than the champ, an inch taller. The champ we talked about before because he's Breezy the Future, Gumby. I remember that nickname. Fantastic. 12-5.
It's bad.
Yeah. 5 knockouts, 1 submission. Never been finished in a fight. 2-0 in CFFC and the current champion. Won the belt in his last fight. He's won 2 straight and 4 or 5. 6-2 in LFA, and he was the champion there as well. Seems like he's doing things in reverse here. He also fought in PFL, so he's kind of going down now. PFL, LFA, now CFFC. So 0-2 in PFFL. I want to give it an extra F. PFL. Used to fight at 155 and 170. His missed weight before at 170, and that's all I got because I'm not telling you the odds. I remembered.
All right. This one's hard for me because on one hand, you just gave me a laundry list of really good accolades for Brown fighting in LFA and PFL, and he's obviously the reigning champ. I do still feel like he's going to be a favorite here. Can I say, or I do still feel like he's going to be an underdog here. Can I say Gochashvili -175?
You're a little high, -150 for him.
Okay, I love that price thing. I'm going to take Guram Gochashvili.
Okay.
I like the upset here for a couple of reasons. Number one, if you watch Brown, he's had a lot of trouble with wrestling in the past. If you watch his fight with Kostyachenko, which I think was when he first came over to CFFC, everybody kind of thought Kostyachenko was going to be the guy who just kind of like rolls him, and that was going to be a big prospect build. And he won that fight by decision, but it was really like, look, I think Kostyachenko probably had like, 11, 12 minutes of control time, if I had to guess, in a 15-minute fight. It just like didn't do any damage. Brown kept getting taken down. He's throwing elbows to the side of the head. When they are, randomly on the feet for 30 seconds, he was the one landing, but then Kostyachenko right on top of him again and grinding. And like, look, he wins that fight, but it tells me that like, even through all of this like long journey through MMA, he still hasn't kind of like fixed that problem, in my opinion. And Gochashvili is a really strong wrestler. He's explosive. He's really tough on the ground. The thing I like about him too is, so he had 2 fights in 2019, didn't fight again for another 5 years because he was like moving to the States and figuring things out. And he landed at Glover Teixeira's gym in Connecticut. And honestly, it's a great fit because the big thing, he always had like very explosive takedowns, and he had power in his boxing, but not necessarily finesse. And it seems like, just a couple of years of being with Teixeira and gang, they've really rounded out his striking game, being around Pajeda, around Yusuf Belagori. Like, those are all the middleweights he trains with, right? It is, I mean, I guess Pajeda's not a middleweight anymore, but like, he has a whole bunch of like kickboxers that they've pretty much rounded out that Teixeira MMA gym with, and it's clearly working for him. And then obviously, like, the bigger thing too is, as I mentioned, Chris Brown just won that fight, or 2 fights ago, with Kostychenko, by like getting taken down and just like Kostychenko not doing enough damage. Gochashvili looks to do damage at every single moment of the fight. Like, he is just a guy who, when he's on top, he's not satisfied being on top. He wants to hurt you. And so, like, just that alone, I think, is good enough to beat Chris Brown. And I think he's got the cardio to go deep into the fight too if he needs to. These are 4-round fights, right? Am I mistaken about that?
Oh, right. Yeah, let me check.
I think they're 4.
Sorry.
Yeah,
4 or
5 minute
4 or
rounds.
5 minutes.
And I think there's a sudden death provision in there for a 5th one if needed. But it basically is meant to stop you from having to sit through the 5th round of a 50-45, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, regardless, I think Gochashvili has the stamina to deal with that. And so I like him here, the fact that he's only -150.
All right. Take it in, lock it in, and let me tell you about Kalshi. Kalshi, Kalshi. We just partnered up with Kalshi, a real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. So in all 50 states, you can trade at tons of markets and sports, including NFL, college football, college basketball, NBA, NHL, and more. Plus, you can even trade props like first touchdowns. Besides sports, they have tons of other markets, including politics, entertainment. Hell, they even have the weather. Kalshi, you can trade anything. Make sure you check out sportsgamblingpodcast.com, because Gumby, I see, is still writing articles on Kalshi plays you can make. Plus, new Kalshi customers get $20 when they use promo code SGPN. So Kalshi, Kalshi, promo code SGPN. And Underdog is your home for pick'em entries where you can win up to 5,000 times your entry. Underdog has you covered this holiday season with Underdog Unwrapped. You'll unwrap tons of promos all throughout the holidays. Gummy's got not a promo for you. He's got a play for you that you can unwrap.
Sure. Let's go with Thursday, because I'm not sure you're going to get this before the Wednesday. And plus, Wednesday only had 2 basketball games, which is kind of a bummer to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Thursday, back with the full slate. And, right up the top, we got the Hawks. We got the Hornets. Hornets are terrible on defense. And let me tell you something. Jalen Johnson's kind of been on fire. He's had a couple of, like, down games in the last 2, but the guy's like a triple-double machine lately. So let's take the PRA higher than on Jalen Johnson.
All right. Take that play and take this brand new offer I am giving to you from Underdog. New customers play just $5 and get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with our code MMASGPN. So Underdog Fantasy, $5 when you spend $75 in bonus funds with promo code MMASGPN. All right. Back to Atlantic City, back to more gold. This is for the Cage Fury FC Featherweight Championship. Ryan Cafaro versus Justin Patton, 4 5-minute rounds, as we've discovered. Tell you about the General Patton. I approve. We've talked about him before as well, I think. He's 9-4 with 1 no contest, 2 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been submitted 3 times. He's 1-0 in CFFC, win over his last 3, 5-1 with 1 no contest over his last 7. He has no contest, came against this very same man he's fighting on Saturday, Cafaro. No contest in 2024. The fight only lasted what, a minute or less than a round?
Yeah, it didn't. I don't think there's really much to go on based on that. I want to say it was a groin. Was it a groin kick? I think it was a groin kick for some reason.
Okay. Patton is fought at 135, 140, 150. He's 4 years younger than the champ, 3 inches taller. The champ is Korean Thunder, 13-6 with 1 no contest, 3 knockouts, 7 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted once. 8-2 CFFC. He's a champ. He has successfully defended his title once. He's won 2 straight and gone 6-1 with 1 no contest over his last 8. He's not lost since December 2023. Regional champ, has fought at 140 pounds, 2013 pro MMA debut.
Right, so I looked. So first of all, I looked it up, and it was an accidental eye poke. Less than 2 minutes into the first round.
These things happen in MMA.
Not really constantly. A lot to go by. And that was for 24/7, which is the promotion down in Pittsburgh.
Right.
I wrote down Cafaro -275.
All right. Let me see. 275.
Your thoughts.
Yes. My turn. That's right. I asked you to guess. You almost nailed it. -250. So you're right.
Okay. I'll take it. A little bit better of a number, and I'm going to take Cafaro.
Korean Thunder it is.
Yeah, I'm going to take Korean Thunder. The big reason why, first of all, I just think his his striking game is a little bit sharper. If you look at Patton's clearly like maybe a strike first guy, Muay Thai hands up in the air. Clearly he looks like he maybe has some like karate background or something like that. But just like a touch slower than Cafaro, who like, he slaps with kicks to the body and has like a big low leg kick. He's like very, very powerful, but also really quick with his kicks. And then in addition to that, Cafaro just keeps kind of surprising me with how good his wrestling can be from time to time. Like when he won the title, like he like snuck it in there where you're like sort of not expecting it from a guy who looks like he's a little bit more into karate. He's also got really, really, really nice transitions into submissions. He's a guy who, like, as you're rolling to get out of a position or scrambling or, trying to chain a takedown together, he like surprisingly finds himself on people's backs. Or, there was this one time where a guy was reversing the position on him and he just found a guillotine and just put that in and slapped it on for the win. So like he kind of has like good moments like that. I think he can out wrestle Patton, period, anyway. And like I think he's faster than him on the feet too. So like I'd like to see him get to the wrestling game because I think it's probably the path of least resistance. But pretty much anywhere I think he wins. He'd be a good piece to throw in a parlay with the aforementioned Galanti.
All right, throw him in a parlay. Cafaro will retain the title according to Gumby. All right, co-main event is for gold again or silver. I think their belts are kind of silver. CFFC Bantamweight Championship. Emily Martins. She is from Brazil. Alexa Connors from the United States. 4 5-minute rounds. Tell you about the challenger first. Connors 8-5 with 3 knockouts. She's been knocked out twice, submitted once. 0-1 in CFFC. She's won 3 of 4, 3 of 6. TKO win in her last bout. That was April 2024. So she's been out of action for more than a year and a half now, or about that, I guess. It's not lost since September 2023. 1-4 in Invicta, 1-0 in LFA. She fought at 125, 140, 150. Galega Martins, 4-1 with 4 submissions. She's been submitted once. She has his rounds. All those fights have taken place in CFFC. She is the current champion, just won the belt. She's won 2 straight. She went 2-0 in pro grappling as well. This is a fight that you're questioning off the top, right? The title fight that's kind of eh.
It is a little eh.
She hasn't even won a fight in the promotion, and she's getting a title fight.
Martin's negative 400.
Double it.
800. Oof.
Yeah.
Man, we're gonna correct the guess here on the old worksheet. Negative 800.
So you almost nailed 2, and then 2 others you were exactly.
I had to double it up.
Half,
it's just I don't always expect the regional ones to be that drastic, especially CFFC. Yeah. But like I mean, like this one kind of makes sense. Connors, man, she just like she's got some halfway decent boxing. Like she can put her hands together. But like once there becomes a grappling part of this game, I think she's I mean just like completely out of her element. I went back and I watched her fight with Elizabeth Schroeder, who's like a regional level, fighter who I think ended her career at like 4-4 or 5-4. Down she trains down in North Carolina. And like, she's tough. Her nickname's a little bruisey. So like that shows you exactly the type of fighter she is. She just like brings kind of like a bruisey mentality and like gets into the clinch and makes it nasty. And like I said, she finished her career basically like a 500 level fighter, might be 1 fight over or 1 fight under or something like that. And she beat Connors 2 fights ago. She beat Connors. So like just basically what I'm telling you is like you can beat Connors by just bringing some size. Like Connors has got an 8-5 record, and if you look at the losses, they're pretty respectable. She's lost to pretty much any time she stepped up in competition. And then I said again, like the Elizabeth Schroeder fight is maybe the like one, little uglier loss on there. But like, anytime she fights anybody who can be tough and be strong, she struggles. And she's fighting somebody who's got a good double leg and, grabs body locks and trips. And, if you watch her fight with Autumn Norton, like she took Autumn Norton down really quickly. And actually it surprised the hell out of me because I've always kind of been big on Norton. If there's a knock on Martin's style, it's that like sometimes when she's bringing that grappling game, she gets like a little overzealous in position. Like Norton rolled her when she got too high in both like a back mount and she got like too far forward in a side control and got rolled to the side, wound up being on bottom side. So like she's got some like areas to improve there, but like she's up against somebody who just seems like a fish out of water in the grappling. I get the negative 800. It's a bummer again that it's so high, but Martins is the play.
All right, Martins is the play, says Gumby. We'll see what the play is in the main event after I tell you about Novig. It's Novig. We're brought to you by Novig, who are America's #1 sports prediction market. Novig, you're getting the best prices because they have reduced juice on bets. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. And Rhythm has crushed NFL this season, especially on props. They've been really good at identifying when to fade players and take those unders. College basketball is up and running, and with 300 plus schools, Rhythm has predictions for every game, every night. It pairs nicely with the daily TCE, the college experience shows with Mac, Colby, and Noah. That way, every game you are prepared. It's super easy to sign up, run predictions off the house model, or make your own and play with the sliders. With so many sports and the holidays, this makes it easy to get an elite prediction on a game so we can focus on other sports. Gumby, do you have an elite prediction for the people?
Sure. It's let's go Wednesday night college basketball. We'll probably get this to you before Gonzaga tips off with Campbell, the Fighting Camels. Gonzaga laying 36.5. Probably not high enough. I'd let them lay 50. Give me the Zags, cover the spread.
All right. Use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm, RITHMM, and use promo code SGPN25. And back to Atlantic City for the main event. It is for this Cage Warriors. No, it's not Cage Warriors, sorry. CFFC, Flyweight Championship, which is fun. With two gentlemen from Thailand fighting in it, which Indonesia.
Thailand, Singapore.
Indonesia. Yeah, they both have Indonesian flags. Bilal Hassan, the champ. Renaldy Manse. Do you know how to say it?
It's Manse.
He's from Indonesia as well. Fighting in Atlantic City for CFFC. 4 or 5 minute rounds. Like to see the little guys get the main event. We'll tell you about the challenger, Manse. 7-0, 3 knockouts, 1 submission. This is his debut. Stepping right into a title fight. TKO win in his last bout. He's not fought, though, since May of 2024. Used to fight at 135, and that's all I can tell you. The champ, Hassan, 7-0 as well, with 1 no contest. 5 knockouts, 1 submission. 7-0 in CFFC. He's the champ, 2 successful title defenses. He's won 6 straight fights, all via finish. Used to fight at 135, 3 years younger than Manse. All right, Gumby, how do you see this one?
Is it Hassan? I don't want to come up half of it again.
That's right way to think. Right way to think.
Myself now.
No, extend yourself.
I'm going to go halfway between where I was originally projecting it and where it probably
not going to be high enough.
Be. It's
Keep extending yourself.
Come on, really? -6.
I don't know what you're thinking.
-650.
Nope. Almost double it. 1,200.
Whoa! Oh God! Man, this level of favorites is like breaking my body, like in a
regional way. Too. Regional,
like it's not really hurting me, and like
does regional things happen?
Enough to like Manse? No, it's not.
Really? Wow. Okay.
I'm still gonna go Hassan. I mean, look, I tried to convince myself on Manse already because I got to the main event when I was doing my breakdowns, and I'm like, oh man, I'm pretty sure I still don't have an underdog. And you know how much that hurts me deep inside. But like, the bottom line is like Manse is just not dangerous on the feet at all. Like if you watch his game is, I mean, he's got quick hands, but I don't think he's ever hurt anybody on the feet. If I had to guess. He's trying to get to his takedown game, which is all right. Like for the level of competition he's handled over in One Pride Super Fight Night or whatever that one. Didn't he fight for One Pride Super Fight Night or whatever they call it?
Yes, One Pride Fight Night, I think is what they call it.
Yeah. I feel like we're missing an adjective, but like, yeah, he fought for that one that just steals all of the former Japanese promotions names. And so like for his takedown game was fine for the regional level competition he was fighting there. But I just don't think it's good enough against Hassan. And then there's that's a problem twofold. Number one, if it does stay on the feet and that takedown is not good enough, Hassan hits so damn hard. Like this guy has unbelievable power for a flyweight, right? Like I've seen him drop guys with jabs. It's like literally the opposite of Manse, right? Like I see Manse wind up on a punch and land it and not hurt the guy. And Hassan throws a feeler jab and the guy falls like he had been just stabbed in the brain. It's really, truly incredible the difference there. And so first of all, Manse has to get takedowns in order to survive. because his chin is a little high and he's probably going to get tagged by Hassan. And then the other thing is like Hassan's takedown defenses looked really good. He's fought a whole bunch of guys from like that mid-Atlantic region, which is like where we see a lot of wrestlers come from, right? You know, his fight with Eastman, which I can't remember if that was his last fight or 2 fights ago. You know, Eastman got in on the legs. He like basically had Bilal Hassan up off the ground. And Hassan just like turned his hips and like squared himself back to the floor and like didn't go down. And I was like, man, it looked like he had him up in the air, but like because his base is so solid and because of the way that his hips move, like he's damn near impossible to take down unless you're like a very high level wrestler. And like, again, I just haven't seen Manse have any success against anybody, you know, close to as good as Hassan is. So like I assume this is going to stay on the feet. Hassan will knock him out. I do want to say, like, you know, I mentioned a whole bunch of other people who I like in parlays here. At negative 1200, I probably like Hassan a little bit less than I like those other pieces. It's not going to move the, you know, your parlay line very much. And then in addition to that, like I said, Manse has a path to victory. I think it's narrow. But like with some of those other guys, I can't even really draw a path. So Hassan's the pick. But man, that's a yucky line.
It is a yucky line. Very true. Why are 2 Indonesian guys fighting in CFFC? Do you know?
So Hassan has been part of CFFC for a while. I want to say he trains in the States, if I'm not mistaken. And then like, dude, they've just been
Everett, Washington. So the other side of the country, though. Everett, Washington. Yeah.
And they've just been trying to find him people to fight for a while. Because like this is a guy who, along with like Fumi Nakuta, like 2 flyweights who it's like inexplicable that the UFC has not signed these dudes yet. Like what are we doing? You know, he's knocking people out with jabs and somehow the UFC hasn't come calling yet. I don't understand that. And then Fumi Nakuta just like will beat anybody who's in front of him. I'd love to see those 2 fight, but I'd like them to do it in a UFC fight, to be completely frank. So yeah. I don't know what we're doing there.
They're not sloppy heavyweights. That's why they're not signed by the UFC. All right, let's recap and then see if Gumby's got a lightning round plays for us. He's got
probably worse odds.
Yeah, I only have odds from one more fight. That's all that's posted so far. Hassan, Martins, Cafaro, Gochashvili, and Galanti. All chalk for Gumby, stealing the way I used to be. All right, lightning rounds at Bam Boom Pow. What you got?
Hate that. Is Richie Lewis the other fight you have an odds for?
I think so, yeah. Yep.
Is he negative 1,000 or some shit?
Yes, you nailed it. 1,000 on the dot.
Come on. Seriously? Okay, well, Richie Lewis was my first one. I love the way he wrestles. You know, former title challenger. You know, fun as hell to watch. Probably going to absolutely railroad the dude he's fighting. And then the other one I'm going to take is Zalal Leshi. Zalal Leshi, it's spelled Xhelal LLESHI. Zalal Leshi, he's 4-1.
A lot of letters.
Yeah, and 4 letters in a row are L's too, which I really appreciate. So Zalal Leshi, really fun to watch. Absolute beast on top. Good grappling game. I mentioned, you know, I just said 4-1. The 1 is a split decision loss to the aforementioned Bilal Hassan in the main event in his pro debut. So like it goes to show you like he's really been on a roll since that loss, and even that loss was close. It's probably the closest Hassan has come to losing a fight. So Leshi is one half of my lightning round, and the negative 1,000 favorite Richie Lewis is the other one.
There you go. That's Gumby for you, Mr. Shock. All right, you're set.
Painful.
It is. You're set for CFFC. We are in the Discord, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. We are on the old YouTube MMA Gambling Podcast. We are on Twitter, X, SGPN MMA. He's at Gumby Vreeland. I'm at Jeff Fox Writer, at Jeff X Writer on Instagram as well. Check out my Substack at moneymma.substack.com. Check out Gumby's other podcast, Top Turtle, because this week he has on who?
Will Fleury, the Octagon light heavyweight and heavyweight champ, as well as the aforementioned Guram Gochashvili.
Nice. So check it out. And of course, sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store to get some gear and merch, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon to get some bonus content. Back tomorrow with some Japanese MMA. Canadian Thunder, Jeff Fox will be there. The General, Gumby Vreeland. We'll talk to you then.